What is good, everybody? I'm back with another video. Today, by the title of the video, you know what we're talking about. We're talking about Philly and the Eagles. So, there's a lot to really talk about and to dive in here. Philly, they had a great year. Obviously, you can see I'm a Giants fan. I'm not going to hate Philly at any point in this video. They were a great team. They had amazing players everywhere. So, they deserve to be where they were at in the Super Bowl. Y'all saw my prediction video, and y'all saw the after video. So I already said Chiefs were gonna win, but it's kind of crazy that they actually won. I definitely thought Philly was gonna, win the whole Super Bowl, but it is what it is now. So Philly, they were 16-1 with Hurts and a healthy stacked team, right? When he played, they did lose a few games when he went out and Minshew came in, but Hurts is that guy for them. Obviously, he is the number one quarterback in the NFC by far. So I don't know. Philly they have a great future behind them. They have Hurts tied up for a year. They have AJ Brown there. I don't know if they're gonna pay Hurts this offseason or not. I don't really know. I heard that it's not really good to pay your quarterbacks early. Make him prove he could do it again. Maybe pay him next year at the end. Starting off with Fletcher Cox. He's a big part of that Philly team. Maybe not this year, but just Philly in general over the last decade. I always think of Fletcher Cox. A guy that's always getting to the QB. Always making plays in big time moments. Next, we have Robert Quinn, who they acquired from the Bears earlier in the season. Robert Quinn's going to walk. I don't think they re-signed Robert Quinn. They might. I know he has family that are Philly fans. So him and his sister, I believe, something happened. I know something came out about them, that he went to Philly. She was happy or something like that. Anyways, we got Brandon Graham, Javon Hargrave, Jason Kelsey, Bradbury. We're gonna skip on some of the Kaiser White. I mean, Kaiser White's not bad, but we're not gonna really give a lot of time on him. Bradbury, though, that's just, it felt like a 1-year rental. Giants rented him for 1 year, so he can literally go anywhere and he's gonna get paid for the skills that he gives. He's really not a bad 1-year pickup for a team that's trying to win a championship now. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back to the Giants. I highly doubt it, though. That's, we have a lot of other things to worry about, and he's like a vet. Jason Kelsey's another huge name. If they lose Jason Kelsey, that's a captain con. That's best center in the league. That's big stuff right there if Jason Kelsey doesn't return, because he's 35. I don't know how much left he has in the tank. I don't know if he wants to take care of his family, hang out with his kids. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. When you're making your decision in the offseason, let's keep going down, though. TJ Edwards, that's a big name. Ndamukong Suh's a vet. Linval Joseph, okay, he's a vet too. Boston Scott really doesn't, he just fits the Philly scheme. He runs between the tackles. He's little. Zach Pascal. He's not really worth anything. Miles Sanders, let's see what Philly does here, because Boston Scott and Miles Sanders, those are both players that are Philly grown, Philly drafted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I heard that they already are going to franchise tag him and then probably sign him to a long-term deal next season, because they got him from the Saints. And that's pretty much it. Marcus Epps, the safety. But that's a lot of names, guys. That's a lot of names. I didn't even say Andre Dillard, Isaac Seumalo, and Rick Lovato. Tyree Jackson. I did say Marcus Epps. Gardner Minshew. My bad. They're right next to each other. Yeah, that's 20 players right there that are unrestricted free agents that you have to really figure out your money situation in Philly. So I really don't think in the near future they're going crazy far in the playoffs. I can see, Hurts doing his thing, bringing the team to 10 wins most of his seasons throughout his career. I can see them being the dominant NFC East team that hasn't been, because y'all know NFC East, they don't there's never back-to-back winners. And I don't know, Jalen Hurts is by far the best QB in the NFC, and I genuinely think that he's just he's a good enough player to carry you to obviously the Super Bowl if you have everything perfect around him. And he didn't. The only mistake, like I said in the video, in the Super Bowl video, is the fumble for 6 points. It's his only mistake. But other than that, he played his ass off, man. He played so good. And I really can't hate on Philly, but I really want to know what you guys think. Like, what does the future look like for Philly? Do they just keep building to the draft? Obviously, they have that top 10 pick, which is crazy because they were in the Super Bowl and they get a top 10 pick. Oh my goodness. So I guess, they're just going to reboot the season and try and run it back next season. I think that they have a great team. Hurts came out and said he wouldn't take, too much money. He wants to win in his career, so he knows he can't take, insane amount of money. I think the Eagles are in a good spot here. I think they are going to re-sign Miles Sanders. That's something I would look into if I was Philly, because you're not going to get him. You don't have to pay him too much to Miles Sanders, but you also don't have to pay him at all and just go in to the draft and grab a running back. But as you can see behind me, this is crazy. I don't know. I didn't think I would ever have this plan behind me right now. But Hurts is doing this thing, and I genuinely think Philly will win a chip, and Hurts will win a chip. Coming into next season, though, my overall analysis of the video is that they're losing so many players, and these aren't just no-name guys. We already went through this. It's hard to overcome that, and it's hard for Hurts to have, he can't really rely on that defense anymore next season, because a lot of these names are defensive players. So I think Hurts in the offense should be good. Hurts in the offense should be great again next season. They're not really losing anyone, especially if they re-sign Miles Sanders. That's pretty much it, man. I think that the offense should be great again. If their offense isn't great again, then I really don't know what's going on. They did lose the OC and the DC for their team, but that doesn't matter for Hurts, man. There's no way. We're gonna see what happens next season. But I love you guys. Stay safe. We out. Peace.